Hey, so we're back today and we left off at such a heartwarming place. Roz and Bright Bill are reunited. They are in this embrace and they're holding each other and they're so excited. And then they heard, hey, what are you doing? And it's Jaya and Jad behind them. So we're starting off at chapter 38, The Truth. Children can be very sneaky. And when Jaya and Jad heard the ruckus coming from the barn, they suddenly sneaked over to investigate. Now they were staring at a very strange scene indeed. Roz was standing in the middle of a barn, surrounded by an entire herd of cows. For some reason, a flock of geese was there as well, and one of the geese was being cradled in the robot's arms. But what was most confusing for the children was the wild animals' noises Roz had just been making. The thing is, children aren't just sneaky, they're also smart, and it didn't take long for Jaya and Jad to make sense of the strange occurrence. Those stories Roz told us about the robot on the island, Jad said to his sister, they were about her. The goose in Roz's arms, said Jaya to her brother. That must be her son. And all of Roz's stories came flooding back to the children. The robot, the island, the wild animals, the adventures. Those stories seemed so fanciful. Could they really be true? You are correct, children. Those robot stories are about me, admitted Roz, with a hint of sadness in her voice. There were so many times that I wanted to tell you the truth about my past, but I was afraid the truth would frighten you. The robot motioned to the goose in her arms. This is my son. His name is Bright Bill. Reader, there's another important quality that children possess. In addition to being sneaky and smart, they're also compassionate. Children care about others and about the world, and as Jaya and Jad gazed at the robot and Bright Bill in their hearts, they were full of compassion. Please do not tell your father about me, said Roz. To him, I am just a machine. If he learns the truth, he will send me back to the robot factory where I will be destroyed. But you must do what you feel is right. My life is in your hands now. The children looked at each other and smiled. Don't worry, Roz, said Jaya. Your secret is safe with us, said Jad. Chapter 39, The Allies. Jaya and Jad would do anything to have their own mother back, so they understood how happy Bright Bill and Roz must have felt in that moment. But they also understood that this happy moment couldn't last forever. Bright Bill couldn't live on the farm, and Roz couldn't be her true self around the father. Life seemed so unfair. The children knew what needed to happen. Roz, you need to go home, said Jaya. You need to be with your family and your friends on your island, said Jad. I wish I could go home, but your father would never allow it, said Roz. Just run away, said the girl. I ran away once, and it was easy. But then I started feeling hungry, so I came back home and made myself a sandwich. Running away might be easy for you, but not for me, said Roz. Your father can track my movements. If he sees me trying to escape, he will think I am defective, and he will send me away to be destroyed. An uncomfortable question popped into Jaya's mind. Roz, don't take this the wrong way, she began. But is it possible that you are defective? Don't say that, Jaya, cried her brother. No, it is okay, said the robot. I have asked myself the same question. I do not feel defective. I feel different. Is different the same as being defective? I don't think so, said Jaya, or else we're all a little defective. You saved my life, and now I'm going to save yours, said Jad, with a look of determination in his eyes. I know that you can only access farming information, Roz. So let us handle the research. There has to be a way for you to safely escape, but we'll need to figure out a plan. The robot exchanged a few animal words with her son, and then she said to the children, Brightbill must soon lead his flock back to their wintering grounds. However, he can return here in the spring. The boy slowly nodded. We should have everything ready by then. The girl looked concerned. Roz, even if you safely escape from the farm, how will you get all the way home to your island? Leave that to Brightbill and me, said the robot. Together we will find our way home. I have faith in the two of us, and I have faith in the two of you. Here's a little picture of Jaya and Jad. Chapter 40, The Instincts. The next few days were a blur. Roz rushed through her daily tasks so she could have more time with the flock. The geese talked about Chit-Chat the squirrel and the beaver family and all the other animals on the island. Roz talked about the robot factory and the serifs and life on the farm. But the geese were always aware of their instincts, calling them back to the warm wintering grounds. And when they awoke one morning to find the countryside dusted with snow, they knew it was time to go. By some miracle, Roz and Brightbill had been reunited, and now they had to say their goodbye all over again. The flock stood in the pasture with Roz as the children in the herd looked on. Brightbill fluttered up to his mother's shoulder and wrapped his wings around her face. I'll return in the spring, said the goose. And then you and I are going to find our way home. Please be careful, said the robot. I do not want you to lose you again. Well, keep your son out of trouble, squeaked Ludwig with a smile. The geese waved goodbye to Roz and their new farm friends, and then Brightbill shook his tail feathers, beat his wings, and he led his flock into the sky. So here is Roz. She's standing on that hillside, and there's Brightbill's flock up on the V formation. Chapter 41, The Winter. When Roz lived on the island, winter had seemed like one long, cruel blizzard. On Hilltop Farm, winter wasn't quite so harsh. The temperature fell, but then rose. Storms came and then went. Snow piled up and then melted away. Roz spent winter preparing the farm for spring. She wanted everything to be perfect for when she left. She tuned up the machines. She made fertilizer from old grass clippings and manure. She planned which crops would be seeded in which fields. She carefully looked over the herd, making sure each cow is happy and healthy. She made a long list of supplies, and then Mr. Serif placed big orders. The herding machine hauled bales of hay into the pastures for the cows gathered around to eat, steam puffing from their mouths. Some of the cows were dried off and wouldn't be milked again until after calving season. Others went to the milking parlor twice a day as usual. Bottles were filled, boxes were loaded, and the milk truck rolled away on its next delivery. No matter the season, the dairy farm kept chugging along. Here is the dairy farm in the wintertime, and Roz is down there working away. Every day after school, Jaya and Jad ran to their bedrooms and got right to their homework. And when their homework was finished, their secret studies began. They researched the design and construction and maintenance of Rosum robots, hoping to discover some way for Roz to safely escape. The information wasn't easy to find, but the children were persistent, and after weeks of work, they finally found what they were searching for. Chapter 42, The Plan. Jaya pressed a button on the side of the milking parlor, and the door hummed open. She and her brother stepped inside, and wound their way past gleaming pipes and tanks and over to where Roz was cleaning some equipment. "We found a diagram of your design," said Jaya. "We think it can help you escape." "The problem is your transmitter," said Jad. "That's the device that sends out your electric signal. If we can remove your transmitter, you'll be able to run away whenever you want without anyone tracking you." "Do you know how to remove it?" asked Roz. "I think so," the boy chuckled nervously. "But we won't know for sure until we open you up and take a look." "We'll have to do it late at night," said Jaya, "while Dad is sleeping." "We just need to find a place where we can work in private," said Jad, rubbing his chin. "How about the old barn?" said Roz. "It's quiet and hidden. I can prepare the barn today and you can operate on him tonight." Everyone agreed and the plan was set. Chapter 43, the operation. We will start that tomorrow. I just read 5 chapters. So they're going to open Roz up. They're going to open her up and operate on her. It sounds like something that would work. I mean, removing the transmitter, remember that's how the other ROSM units found her. So that's a perfect idea. They're doing a great job, but they're also little. They're young kids. So do you think it's going to go well? Do you think there could be complications? We'll have to wait till tomorrow. I can't wait. See you then.